My name is Mr. Anderson, and I'm the creator behind Barbara Unleashed, the comic book series that was also educational. But we decided to go one step further. We've decided to make an educational workbook. Call it the Desire Index Dynamic Building Edition, which will give you educational materials and ways to fill out your expectations, your wants, your needs from your partner. It'll tell you about dangerous things not to try, dangerous places not to visit with certain things, how to negotiate, all the things you'll need in your dynamic with explanations, with information, with risk profiles so you guys can talk about what risks are acceptable in your dynamic, triggers and emotions in play, implements you want to use. This is also not only going to be comic book size as a workbook, but it will also be this amazing playbook. That's right, we're making you a playbook in a binder. We're going to print these sheets for you, put them in protective plastic sheets so you guys can fill all these out, take notes. We're going to give you some extra sheets so you can keep up with us, because there will be a subscription service where you can print things out, and a kinky annex with information. Give you some scrap paper just so as you're doing something you can take down some quick notes and then transfer them into your very own notebook. This is available now, as well as past issues of the Barbara Unleashed series. So come join us in this campaign. Thank you for 7 years of backing here on Kickstarter. Here's a great question that every community needs to answer. What happens when you feel that something within the community, with a community member, has happened to you? Who do you discuss that with? Who do you tell? And how do you do it the right way according to the community? Worse, what if it's a community leader who has stepped out of line and has done something that violates core principles of our community? Should our community leaders, if self-proclaimed as it is, live up to a higher standard, then they should be held accountable. But how do we do that? I have never heard of an actual process being told to me, no matter what, outside of telling a DM, a dungeon monitor. But don't we need DMs for the community? Let me know your thoughts. Here are some important things being talked about, including over on Evie Lou Pine's page. And this is about kind of red flags of a community. And we're going to talk about maybe some things we could do about them. The first things, of course, is discrediting people. Because if you go against the people who want to use the community to their advantage, they're going to want to discredit anyone who can stand against them. Or at least start drama. There's nothing worse than accountability for people who want to take advantage of people. What every community needs are 10 standards, written out, clear to see for everyone. Figure it out, and then every community should come together and maybe make just the 10 standards of a BDSM community. And finally, in your local community, create. So what was one of the most powerful moments to me was when I actually introduced someone to the fetish community, and they had seen me at that point talk to a lot of abuse victims and didn't understand why I was talking to all these people online. They would read it, they were a little jealous, they would read some of the stuff, making sure of it, and they were kind of heartbroken. They asked me, how often does someone deal with abuse when first getting in the community? Especially, sadly to say, women. And I said, from what I gather, it's almost everyone seems to have that story. Someone taking advantage, especially when they're new, telling them the wrong things. I said it's more frequent that I hear someone has that story than they don't. And it's heart fucking breaking. And I made the manual and all that, and I hated it. I didn't want to put the manual out, the BDSM manual I made, even though I thought it had some great ideas. It just didn't want to put it out. So as I introduced this, the partner of mine to the BDSM community up in New York, they heard, as we made friends and we grew a bigger friend network, the same story over and over again. They finally understood what I said. Everyone had that first bad experience. And it's kind of weird because we asked, well, what's your first experience? But anyone who's been around long enough actually sort of gets weirdly afraid to ask the first experiences, because there's so many times where someone says I was abused, someone took advantage of me. And it's after they get taken advantage of, the people kind of build this radar and they start to try to pay attention more. And we don't want that. We don't want anyone being abused. And I remember the person I brought into it, the partner at the time, cried because her first experience was with me, and she was so happy and so glad it was with me, and nothing, she'd never been taken advantage of that way. But it broke her heart how many people had, and she suddenly understood why I had those conversations online so many times late into the night. And I tried to help people, and people would call me and want to talk about it. And I wasn't a therapist. I just did the best I could. But that's why I do Barbara Unleashed and all the education materials, because I'm trying to stop people from feeling horrible. I just hope it helps enough people. And if I save one person from being abused, all the hours I put into it, all the energy I've put into it, makes it worth it instantly. So help me. Come on this journey with me. Go to barbaraunleashed.com right now. Look at the project. Donate just $1. That $1 will prove that this project has value. Help me show the world that 50 Shades of Grey can't be the definitive voice of the BDSM lifestyle. Hey everybody. What is going on? We are talking... Hold on one second. Calculator. Don't you love that when you actually can't spell something, but you can just say it? So we're going live right now on Facebook. I'm holding it up here. We're live on a TikTok. We're not going to stay live long, but we just want to invite everyone here to what we're doing, which is a StreamYard on TikTok. I mean, not TikTok, sorry, YouTube. We're talking about, of course, the Kinky Calculator and all the things that go with that. So pretty excited. We're going to get into it right now. And we're going to let them kind of watch from the cheap seats, but encourage them to come on over to our YouTube channel, which it's now live on. You guys have seen some information about the project right now. You're seeing all the videos that I have done and some of the points of view, because I figured you guys would like to see that. We're going to actually share with you the lineup of some of the things that you guys can see in the project. And here we go. We're just going to go to the full screen on it. And I'm going to read some of the topics that we have. We have the BDSM red light, green light updated version. We have, of course, the image here for it. Bring the Pain, where we describe pain. And I'll let you guys quickly see this. And if you guys have any questions about this, feel free to ask. barbaraunleashed.com is your destination to get to see more about this project. But here you go. You have pain levels, which you can kind of say on your own what you want. And we're going to wind up going with these pain levels right here. As a matter of fact, we did. For some reason, it didn't actually take on this one. But we're still, as you see, working on it, perfecting it, if you would. We have bondage, alt desires, full thing about bondage, impact implements. We have age play info, Kane's index, electric play index, breath play BDSM survey explained, how to fill it out, and then the breath play. We might be doing gags. We found so many gags, sadistic implements. And now some of these will wind up printed, and some of them will wind up in our expanded online Kinky database. Sadistic implements, edge play index, sensation play. I don't know what it says, play, if you guys remember that. Implements, scene themes, rope play, body stimulation, the dungeon menu, the pain index, which we've actually updated, and you guys might have seen today as we advertised that we have role play where you can put your own notes in, negotiation pages. We have the bondage menu, the negotiation also updated there, the sex BDSM survey add-on. So we treat sex as an add-on to kink that not everyone might be into. Basic info from all desires. In other words, your information so people can know, including an emergency contact, your body stimulation, your types of scenes you want to do, the afterplay. How do you want to be taken care of? Aftercare right here. The legend on how to fill things out. There's our new pain index right there. Excuse me. Injuries. We go over where the injuries are and kind of clarify some things for you guys. We have more negotiation pages. This is all the work we're putting in. We might have a whip index and an implements index, playful implements. And what we'll wind up doing is probably using QRC codes that will be used to show off exactly what we're doing and how you guys can interact at home and do things at home. So I'll give you an idea of the implements. So what you would do with the implements here, this would be printed and you just fill it out. You know, is this your anal beads? Is this your kink? Something you want to try, negotiate? Now you're going to have to discuss this. So if you're a dominant and you want to you anal beads and you say yes to anal beads, you're going to have to be clear. Are those for you or for your submissive? Sometimes these questions can be tricky. Just because they're a top position doesn't mean they don't necessarily like some of these things. Beginner gags, blindfold, bondage cuffs. And these are all meant to be playful. Butt plug, we put in playful. And, you know, some of these are just trying to figure out. We have the fleshlight, the flavored condom, novelty whip, plastic wrap, remote vibrators, restraint kits. So we're definitely trying to invite people into the conversation. And again, some of these things still need a little bit of adjusting down here to get it where we want to be. And we're going to be perfecting it over the next few months, of course, for you guys. And some of these things we've taken from the experiences that we've had and what we've actually done over the years. So there's a lot of information, a lot of stuff that we're trying to bring live to you. So we are on for about 15 minutes now. So I'm going to say goodbye to our audience over on TikTok. If you want to join us, please join us on our YouTube channel, which is showing this right now. And as I say goodbye to them, I'm going to send you guys off watching this.
So this is the Desire Index Dynamic Building Edition Kickstarter, a workbook to work out the kinks and desires in your dynamic. This is now live and can be gotten to by going to barbaraunleashed.com. We're super excited to have this. You see some of the topics there, including scene setups. Pretty excited to bring this to you. This is an actual real-world solution to bringing someone brand new into your scene and showing them the ins and outs, building a place where you can talk about words and go over with each other, understanding each other's needs, each other's expectation, each other's wants. And this is filled with rewards that go back into the Barbara Unleashed series that actually inspired this. There's even a way to get a playbook put together for you, and there's just endless information, because if you sign up for a tier with a subscription, we're going to continue to add information throughout up to 3 years. We'll go over this in depth as this campaign continues, but it's only live for 20 days, so act now before...
I like how that kind of just disappears out. And we're going to show you another. Well, here, if you're watching on your computer and you need the code, here it is. Scan to back. The Dynamic Building Desire Index Special Kickstarter, now live. Or go to www.barbaraunleashed.com. It's also in my bio. And the bio actually is reference to our TikTok. But we invite you to be part of this. If anyone has any questions, again, we'd love to hear them. You might notice that we're calling it the Kinky Calculator right now, and that has a lot to do, honestly, with just the fact that we don't think it was hitting the desire index. It's one of those things that can be kind of weird. If you don't know what it is, then it's definitely something that might be weird. Right now, I'm just trying to make sure no one's making any comments that we're missing. So I'm going to a few spots where we have had this live. So far, we look good. Let's check one more place for us. I don't think we're missing a comment. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. This is, of course, being filmed at 3 o'clock, so we don't expect the biggest audience. You guys, of course, can reach out to us later in the day. Not even getting a good image on that one. So I'm going to say goodbye to our Facebook audience. Join us on YouTube if you guys are watching, so you can be part of this. Or find us at www.barbaraunleashed.com. Our YouTube channel is Comic Book Advocates. Thank you, Facebook, for being part of this. All right, so now it's just us, the YouTube audience. So, trying to just check some things out right now. I will be right with you, but in the meantime, check this out.
We were asked to make a more affordable option for the playbook. That request has been answered with the basic playbook reward tier. Check it out now at www.barbaraunleashed.com.
That's true. We made it so it was more affordable. It has less bells and whistles, but it's on there for you guys to have. I am trying to keep up, make sure there's no questions on Facebook. So far, I don't think there are. I also checked out the Twitter. I think we're clear of questions. But if you want to ask them, I will absolutely look at your comments and concerns. And I'm just talking about it out there. We'll address them. So that's it for now, my friends. I think we went 17 minutes. Again, the importance of this project is because I think that we can make a difference together, especially. And here, check this out, and we'll see if anyone has any questions or concerns before we go after this video. This is the Kinky Calculator. It's a collection of indexes and information, an online kinky database that you're going to get for backing this project. Now, this project also is geared to help stop abuse, build awareness about kink and fetish, help people connect deeper by making them go through these indexes together and really build a stronger framework and blueprint for their dynamic. It's about understanding versus assuming, and it's about creating spaces that are not only safe, but accepting, not just for those in a dynamic together, but those on the outside who might be interested. There are a lot of vanilla people out there who do want to know about kink, fetish, BDSM, and the lifestyle. And this fills in a lot of the gaps. There's never going to be a perfect one-fits-all book about BDSM. That's not the intention of this book. But there needs to be a bigger voice when it comes to kink than 50 Shades of Grey. The intention of this voice, of the project itself, the voice that this project should and will and does have, is education and it's understanding. And we have that. And as we say with the Kink Calculator, you're adding up all of your kinks to see what comes out of it. So basically, you're going to get all this information about yourself and your play partner, and you're going to be able to play better. And mind you, if you're vanilla, you should also be doing this with your sexuality and your sex life with your vanilla partner. But when it comes to kink and BDSM, it's better to have more than less, including a safety system. Forget just one word. Let's use colors that help our partners communicate without breaking a scene. Let's talk about the types of scenes we want with role play. Let's talk and leave notes to each other inside the book. Let's talk about the scenes we want, the playful implements we want to use, and the implements that might not be so playful, even ones that could hurt. And that's why we have pain indexes, to kind of let you and your partner exactly know where the pain levels need to be. So, and then how do we fill out this? Well, yes for negotiation, a check mark, and then for no negotiation, a question mark for curious, and an X for no, absolutely not. So don't confuse that. The end is for negotiation, not no. And then here we go. Things that you can write in. Is this an interest of yours? Do you want to do cop and robbers? Do you want to do a kidnapping? Kidnappings can be fun when they're consensual. And body stimulation. What exactly are the parts of your body that you want stimulated, and how do you want them stimulated? All this is available right now on Kickstarter under the Kinky Calculator name, or find it at www.barbaraunleashed.com. Thank you for watching this video. All right, so that's the show. If you guys have any more questions, we'll go live again. Talk about it. We might be going live on Kink Educator over on TikTok. You can find us on the YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more. This is just the beginning part. This isn't anything more than a stepping stone to more educational material to keep people safe. Thank you for spending some time with me this afternoon.